on, everybody? Welcome back to the Clothesline podcast. I'm with you as always, Oren Tradman, and with me it's the lovely Nofar Reddick, right?
You said right.
All
The
right,
first one is not the same last name wrong, and think about it. Ratings. No, it's not rating, it's Reddick. That's it.
Reddick.
No N. There's
All
no
right,
N in the name. All
and
my
we're
life
here.
I've been suffering from that.
All right, and we're here once again to bring you our reviews for the world of wrestling. This time we're going to cover AEW Dynamite and Friday Night SmackDown. Apologies for TNA Impact. We'll begin coverage of TNA Impact next week, hopefully. Also, we're going to talk about a couple of stuff that happened in the world of wrestling. And one giant rant from me about WWE 2K. But first, let's start off with some news. And I think it's more of a. I'm not even going to call it breaking news because the biggest story here is it revolves around Big E. And today, he basically confirmed something that we all knew like 4 years ago. That unfortunately he is officially retiring from in-ring competition. He made a lovely post on social media, one that was shared by many of his peers in the industry. John Cena spoke kindly of him, and other superstars as well. And I think it was the right thing to do due to the fact that he did suffer a career in the injury. He may come back, like others did, but if he is happy with his life right now and he doesn't feel the urge to go back in the ring, I completely support his decision 100%. Biggie, thank you for the memories. Thank you for the pancakes, you know, and all the other stuff. And I'm just happy that you're still with us and you're still functioning at almost 100%. And I'm pretty sure you're happy where you are in life. And also, I'm guessing you're gonna get married pretty soon, right?
He's engaged.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
engaged. So Mazel Tov. So, all right, Nafar, your thoughts on Big E's official retirement?
I won't say anything that is different from your opinion for what you said about him. When we all knew this will happen after that horrendous injury he had a few years back, and we knew that he won't make his in-ring return, even though people hoped, especially after this segment they had with New Day 2 years ago. But I think right now he's doing well. He's doing good. He doesn't want to take any more risks that he already had, and I'm okay with that. As long as he's happy, we're all happy. And I think he's doing a great job on the panels. So
Yeah, I
I'm
also
okay.
think that, keeping the fact, not saying anything about this and keeping the false hope alive that he's coming back, right? He's coming back. It's just one more year. I think this is the right thing to do. But if we
Yeah.
go into the fantasy booking section of this argument, of this declaration, of course, and
Yeah.
let's say Biggie can can go into the ring. He's out of in-ring competition. I would love to see him as a manager for the New Day because when they had that segment and they made us cry our eyes out when they threw Big E out, it really broke my heart. But if that storyline would have continued with the New Day now being a heel group, just imagine the lunacy that Biggie can create as a manager. He can go dressed up as Bobby the Brain Heenan, and he can go dressed up as the Wizard, as Jimmy the Mouth of the South Heart. It could have been something wonderful if he would have done all that stuff. But he chose differently, and now he's on the panel. It's fun. So yeah, at least we get the
No,
big
I
five.
prefer him on the panel than a manager,
All right.
if you
I
ask
think
me.
I think it'll be tremendous as a manager. I think it'll be really, really awesome. All right, from one retirement to two people that have left WWE. Both of them have ended their contract. Actually, one is ending on February 14th. Kelly Kincaid, who was an NXT interviewer and also the wife of Elton Prince, who is now recovering from a
He's his
spinal
wife?
injury. Yeah, they're married and they have a
Really?
kid.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. They're married and they have a child. They have a kid.
Really
And
wonderful.
again, I wish them nothing but the best, and for Elton a full and a speedy recovery. And what was that old phrase WWE used to post on their website? Best in their future endeavors. I mean, I really mean that. I'm not just saying that out of spite or anything. I think she did an excellent job. I used to watch her back in the day in Ring of Honor, where she began her career, I think. And I'm just curious to see where she'll end up next.
I think probably be with her child.
And Elton, because he's recovering from his spinal.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
If she will be back in the ring as an interviewer or something backstage, I'm gonna go on a wild one here, or TNA, or go back to her roots in Ring of Honor. One of them,
Maybe.
if it will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Also, an update on the resignation of the NXT General Manager Ava, also known as Simone Johnson. According to updates that I've been reading online from various websites, one of the reasons she left WWE is because of a salary dispute. She didn't get enough an increase in her contract, as far as what I read online, but also because they fired her girlfriend. So that is pretty much the two reasons why she left WWE.
Okay.
All right.
I have nothing else to
Again, I
say.
wish her the best in her future endeavors, whatever that is. She'll probably work with her family in $7 production company or something. Also, good news for the NWA as they begin the qualifications to the NWA Tag Team Crockett Cup tournament. And one of the tag teams that have been announced for the tournament are none other than the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I'm happy for these guys, and right now I'm calling it. They're going to win this tournament.
All for him?
Yeah. In fact, I think like maybe a couple of months ago, maybe a couple of years ago, we all said that the industry is really booming right now because you look at like WWE and you got AEW and you got TNA and now you also got the NWA is still there, still kicking. They're still trying to. I don't know if it's finding their identity or maybe just branching out a little bit more. But I do believe they have potential. I think they just need to find a couple of more. Um, a couple of more niches to their whole presentation, and maybe they'll get there. Have you seen the NWA product?
I saw it, but I'm not watching AWA like regularly. There was a time that I watched it. I think it was when Eli Drake was there, for example. There was a short run, I think was for James Storm.
Yeah,
Bram
yeah.
is still the champion, by the way.
Bram lost the title to the Hickabilly. That's his name.
Wow, I
Hickabilly
forgot his name.
Sword.
I know who he is.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
a
yeah,
veteran,
that
but I
guy.
forgot his name.
Yeah. Also, I heard EC3 just left NWA, and we don't know where he's going to pop up next. Also, Major League Wrestling. I just finished watching Battle Riot 8, where Killer Cross won the MLW World Championship. And I've been following MLW ever since they came back from their hiatus. And I've watched every Battle Riot so far. And I have to say, it's like in each edition, they really upgrade themselves through the storytelling wise and the booking wise. This was a great battle riot. I enjoyed it throughout of it. All 40 participants felt like they should be in the matchup. They had good stories there. Matt Riddle almost winning his third in a row, and
Hmm.
again the winner, Killer Cross.
Killer Cross deserves it. If you
Yeah,
Killer
well
Cross definitely
deserved.
deserves it. I think after how they use him in WWE, he had the major potential and they screw it. I'm sorry, I will say that word. But now he gets his opportunity in the Indies. He's getting his title. I saw that specifically. He 100% he deserves it, and
Yeah,
I hope Scarlett will win too. So,
fingers
kind of nice.
crossed.
Yeah,
All right, let's move on to a little bit of backstage news. I just remembered this because
yeah,
there have
yeah.
been Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer has revealed the original plans for WrestleMania 42. What was supposed to happen? So there were like a couple of these. So
Okay.
here's what the original plans were supposed to be. The original plan was supposed to be Seth Rollins as champion versus Roman Reigns, and then you would have on the other side Cody Rhodes defending against CM Punk. That was the original plan. Now, Rollins got hit with an injury. So when he got hit with an injury, they shifted the plans to CM Punk as champion versus Braun Breaker. Remember Braun Breaker, the one he beat on Monday Night Raw? So he was
Yeah.
supposed to win the Rumble and then go and face him in WrestleMania. That's like the second plan. And then you would have Roman versus Cody number 3. But then they canceled that plan, and now we get the final plan, which is Roman versus Punk and Cody versus McIntyre, or either that or a triple threat with Jacob Fatu. So those are basically the 3 major plans that were supposed to be for WrestleMania. So we're getting the third one. What are your thoughts on the other 2 plans?
Okay. First of all, the fact that you want to put us uh, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, keep it to WrestleMania 43. I think they will keep it to WrestleMania 43 if The Rock doesn't show up. Because they're still thinking of doing Roman Reigns versus The Rock, and we discussed this for years.
Well, if Saudi has anything to do with it, they will pay The Rock the $180 million to get into that show.
No, but here's the thing. Right now, they're trying to push us more Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
So here, yeah, so Seth Rollins is supposed to be cleared to until WrestleMania time, so we're
Yeah.
probably gonna get Rollins versus Breaker at WrestleMania.
I that is if he will return before WrestleMania, at WrestleMania, or the Raw after. He said somewhere around April, so we don't know exactly. But okay, Cody versus Roman Part 3, we don't need it.
No.
Sorry, we don't need it. You have brand new stars to push, Breaker, Oba, just to name a few. You don't need that. I think right now the current plan with okay, Punk and Roman, fine. The triple threat is much needed, especially for Jacob Fatu to be in that position in such a short period of time. Also, so I'm glad they scratched out all of the original plan. I'm glad they did it, but I just hope that nothing will change, like in Elimination Chamber, or we will see something different, because I have something to say afterwards.
All I know is that if in during these times, if you want to succeed in WWE, you need to sign two things. One is a WWE contract, and the second one is adoption papers to the Hanawai family. Because if you're in that family, you're set for life.
Do you think Zila Fatu will make his debut?
Yes. Now I don't know when, but I'm guessing probably after post WrestleMania.
Okay, so, but
That
you know
kid
why I'm asking that? Because you know that Ricky Saints went to, I
to
forgot the
reality of
organization he's
wrestling, yeah.
working in.
Reality of
Okay, so,
wrestling, yeah.
and he attacked him there, and then there was a hint from Zila Fatu himself that he will come by and hit Ricky Saints.
I'm
And
guessing.
nothing ever since.
Well, I'm guessing either Zila Fatu shows up before NXT Stand and Deliver, thus they maybe try to build it towards a match with Ricky Saints at Stand and Deliver, or after Stand and Deliver, post WrestleMania, makes his appearance, his debut in NXT, attacks Ricky Saints, and then we can build him from there. But I'm guessing either point down the timeline, Zila Fatu is WWE bound, in my
But you
opinion.
remember also they released Lance Anoa'i.
Yeah, but I don't know why exactly they released him, because I knew that everybody was talking like really positive things about the guy, and he was really hyped about it. Then he got injured, and then they just, somewhere down the line they just let him go. And I don't know if it was mutual, or it was his decision to be released, or their decision he would be released. I found it really awkward that they have all the Anoa'i family in the business, and then oh no, they released that one. Why did they release that one out of all the 20,000 people in the company right now? That's not good. So I'm really hoping Lance gonna come back, because I've seen him on the Indies. He's doing a great job over there. He's building a storyline with Zila about the fact that he turned on him during the House of Glory an event. It should be a wonderful matchup. So yeah.
Okay, let's see how it go.
All right. And before we begin our reviews for Dynamite and SmackDown, I got a rant. I got a
Go
rant
ahead.
against I got a rant against 2K and Visual Concepts. I got a rant about the new game coming up, WWE 2K26. Now, what's the rant about? I've seen the graphics. I've seen the new characters they're gonna add in. Oh, great! I'm gonna beat somebody with a shopping cart. That's wonderful. But here's the thing. Here's the beef. In Games Pass, hell, last year you could buy a season pass for DLC content. Okay, you paid your money. You got DLC. Everybody's happy. You get like 4 or 5 characters per pack, and you get like 5 packs during the following year, which is wonderful. This year they tried to screw it up, because why? Now they changed it to something called Ringside Pass. Now there's a free tier, like a free lane for this, and premium tier, which you have to pay for it. So in the free tier, when you get it, you can unlock things in the game, like Legends characters that were available last year. Great. Why the hell am I supposed to do this if I play them like for free and right off the bat in the beginning of the game last year? Okay. And then somebody said, no, but you still had to. They were still locked. You still had to grind, but you could pay for something called a supercharger, so you can unlock them from the beginning, which is something like a small fee, I don't know, $10 or something like that. Now they removed that, so you can't do that. You have to grind the game right in the beginning to get those characters back. That's the free tier. In the premium tier, all the DLC that you paid for, you're not getting it. Why? Because now you have to grind for that as well. But if you don't want to grind, you can still pay more money to get that thing you paid for. What?
The key word is money. That's it.
This
That's the key
this is
word.
highway robbery, and this is my shout out to every channel reviewing this game, from Tony Pizza Guy to Assemble to Kenny Bomb, to any reviewer on social media. And here's what I have to say: you guys have the platform to say, we recommend you don't buy this game until they change the ringside pass, because this is highway robbery. This is extortion. No one should pay for something and not get it, and then they tell you, oh, no, you have to grind the game until you get it, or you have to pay us more money until you actually get it. This is insane.
It's ridiculous,
Don't,
but the main word here is money.
yeah,
That's it. They want money.
don't buy the game. Don't buy ringside pass until they change the model. Seriously, I'm not buying this. I'm putting my foot down.
You
All
want to
right,
hear a fun fact?
sure.
Okay, you know the promos they're doing right now for 2K26 and you have that music playing on? We saw it on Raw, we saw it on SmackDown.
Yeah,
The metal band, I forgot the name of the band. That song specifically was on Stand and Deliver 2023.
really.
The theme. Yeah.
All right. Did they get paid for this?
Maybe.
All right, never mind. All right, AEW Dynamite. Now, for those of you who don't know, when I review this show on my channel in Hebrew, I'm not a real big fan, but I could say I have some kind of logical reasoning why I'm not a fan of AEW. It's not because of their style, it's because of their lack of logic sometimes. And when I say sometimes, I say every goddamn episode. But I'll try to explain my points clearly when reviewing this in English. Nafar, you watch AEW as well. What are your thoughts on
I'm not that. I have my criticism when I have to. I'll criticize, but you know, me and Oren have a different perspective when it comes
Yeah,
to our opinion on AEW
exactly.
because there are storylines in AEW that they are doing good, like what we saw last year with Hangman Adam Page, for example. Some, yeah, they don't have logic. It gives you random matches and so on because in the end of the day, AEW is more focused on the wrestling rather than the storylines if you compare it to WWE. But still, right now they are an improvement. They have an improvement. And the fact that Sports Illustrated chose most of their awards for the year awards, if you remember that, I know you disagree with that, but
It's
you got a
not
point
it's
there.
not that I disagree with that. It's the fact that I'm saying they're biased. But
Why do
that's
you
just
think? Why do you think they're biased?
because every freaking year they're picking more stars from AEW than WWE. It's like the Wrestling Observer giving 5 stars to every other organization except WWE. That's a biased opinion. That's not an actual opinion.
No, but here's the thing: they chose Becky Lynch as like the greatest wrestler of all time, and so okay, so
That's what
you
I
chose
said.
Toni
Biased.
Storm as sorry, Mercedes Moné is the wrestler of the year. Is like biased all of a sudden. You get my point?
Okay, listen. As it pertains to Mercedes Moné, there is kind of a good reason why they chose her, because she won like a million titles, like in the past year. So I guess there's you could understand why she's like the wrestler of the year. Um, like I said, there are a couple of choices that I don't agree with or appreciate or whatever, but that's fine. But telling me stuff like Sports Illustrated chose a certain X someone as wrestler of the year, it's an opinion, and everyone has
Yeah,
opinions.
but
I
this
have
is
an
an
opinion.
example. But I just give an example.
Yeah, of course, I'm just saying. So yeah, okay. First off, I love the opening when they had like the promos with each one talking about their hyping up their matchup for the
Yeah, it's
show.
a new thing.
Yeah, and
That's a new thing
actually,
they're doing.
actually, it was very common during the Saturday Night Main Event phase back in the 80s and 90s, and I'm
Yep.
happy they brought it back because it had a good hype feel towards the episode, what we were looking forward to. MJF, before the show even began, he went on social media, said, "I am going to beat Brody King in 2 minutes." So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
First matchup of the night: the Callis family, the Don Callis family, Josh Alexander, Takeshita, and El Clone versus the Death Riders, Moxley, Pac, and Garcia. Now, there's a full rant I can do about this. I won't, but let's just talk about the match at hand. It was an okay match. Okay, the story here that they're building in the big rivalry between Takeshita and John Moxley.
Yeah.
Now that Takeshita has vowed that he will take the Continental Championship away from John Moxley. All around good match, and in the end, Takeshita pins Daniel Garcia, thus earning him some kind of an advantage or something like that towards his
But
match
not
with
a
John
title
Moxley.
shot.
No, not a
Not
title
yet a
shot.
title shot.
Yeah, he still needs to earn a title shot. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Regarding to promote the storyline of Takeshita and John Moxley, fine. But does it mean that the storyline with Takeshita and Okada, they're paused it? That's the part I don't understand. Did they pause that specific storyline? Because the fans want to see the actual feud going on in the actual match, not the match we had at World's End. They want the actual feud to happen. So I don't mind if, okay, we're going to go full circle here, that Takeshita will win from Moxley the title, and then Okada will come back for it. I'm okay if that's the direction. But I think they should have give an opportunity to Okada to be a part of the mix, if you ask me.
Well, that's the thing, because the way I look at it, and you know what I said before, I'm looking at consistency. And the fact is, Okada beat Takeshita during their semifinal match at World's End. He cheated. Then about a week ago, I think Okada apologized to Kyle Fletcher. I don't think he apologized to Takeshita, but then Takeshita is upset with
He
Kyle
was
Fletcher.
insulted, yeah.
It was like you're taking his apology.
Yeah.
He lost his best friend. So then that was the last point of that story, and then it just stopped. And Takeshita's facing John Moxley for his title. Okada's nowhere to be seen, and Kyle Fletcher's like still looking at the TNT Championship. Why is he looking at the TNT Championship when he's supposed to be trying to challenge for the World Championship? That's what I'm saying. It's like you're all like convoluted. You're all not making sense, and I'm like, pick a storyline and stick to it. People now want to see Takeshita versus Okada the rematch because it has legitimacy to happen because Takeshita got screwed by Okada. And then Okada lost the World Championship, the IWGP Championship at Wrestle Kingdom. He has every reasoning in the world to go after Okada and not Moxley. It doesn't make any sense for him to go against Moxley when he's mad at Okada and he also has the title. So you see? Does it make sense?
No, that's what I'm saying. If they're going for a full circle match,
Yeah.
fine. But I just want to see more direction of that storyline. That's what I'm trying to say. Regarding
Exactly.
the actual match, it was okay. It wasn't a bad match. I had fun overall.
Also,
I'm
the fact. Yeah.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Also, the fact that the Death Fighters are now baby faces. What the hell?
No, okay. With the Death Riders, I have a complaint here. Okay, they did the face turn. Let's remind everyone, John Moxley initially did the face turn in World's End after he won the title. When he did that speech
That
afterwards.
stupid promo, but okay.
But Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta, as an example, they're still heels. Pac is still a heel.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting for the turn on Moxley. I think it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Do the turn on Moxley. Let Pac or Claudio be the leaders of the faction. Moxley gets his break, and then he will go back to his redemption arc against Death Riders. Similar to what Moose is doing right now with the system on TNA. If that's the direction as well.
Basically, it's the same thing. I completely agree. And the fact that you saw all the hate online and even during the shows to the Death Riders. No one loved that storyline. Everybody wanted that storyline to end. When Moxley lost the championship to Hangman at the All In, the world rejoiced in celebration. And then what happened? They continued it until Moxley was defeated 3 times by Darby Allin and all that for guys. And then what? They just turned him babyface. Why? Why are we still doing this? Why?
But I will give him a good word when he's on the announce table. He's good.
Who, Moxley?
Yeah. I think he's not bad at the announce table.
All right. When he's not cursing, and then they have to get the fines from the network. So,
But here's another good word I will say about AEW. They don't censor a lot, or at all even.
That depends on the WBD network. So if they don't want to censor, then that's their.
Hey, every time Don Callis walks in, and you know what the crowd chants.
Wow.
Example.
Insane. All right, we got an interview with Swerve and Nana, where basically Swerve is asked what are his plans now that he lost to Kenny Bagat Omega. And Nana says, we always have plans. Don't worry about it. You'll see soon. Okay. We got a video.
He lost to Andrade, no?
He lost to Andrade last week, and this week it's
Yeah,
Andrade versus Kenny Omega. The winner faces Hangman Page at Grand
for
Slam
Grand Slam.
Australia. That's another story by itself. And the winner of that match faces whoever's the champion of Revolution.
Yeah.
We get a video montage tribute to Will Ospreay, who is pretty much they assure us he's coming back sometime when he's healthy, of course. And again, will this year be Ospreay's year when he wins the AEW World Title? Could be when he's
Yeah.
going back to Wembley.
If you ask me, yeah. I think he will return before All In because All In is in London, or at All In itself.
Well, I can't
Yeah.
wait. I can't wait to see that. Okay, tell me why on primetime television during in 2026 do we get a filler match? It's Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm against two guys. Sorry, a guy and a girl that I don't even know.
They're not locals from Vegas.
Okay,
I have
they're
no idea who
local.
they are.
They're locals from Vegas. I'm just asking why are they getting TV time? I'm not trying to disrespect these people, but I know sometimes you can have enhancement talent, like back in the day, back in the 80s, back in the 90s. But because we see wrestling today as story-driven storytelling, I would be much more interested in seeing someone that I actually know when I watch it on TV on a daily basis instead of someone who's not an enhancement talent during the match that tells me absolutely nothing. That's just my opinion. Okay?
Yeah, but I don't. Okay, here's the thing. It's a filler match, yes. If it's an option to show us new talents, fine. Like for example, if Better Together will do a match from prime time, you will say a whole different opinion. So I'm okay with that. I think it'll give an opportunity to know who these guys are. I mean, I
Again,
saw them on my feed, like my algorithm is showing me two of them. I don't know who they are, but apparently they're well known in the indie scene.
yeah,
I have
I'll
no
give.
idea who they are.
I will
But
give them. I will give them mad props. Okay, I'm not saying they're bad wrestlers. I'm not saying they should be. They shouldn't be given the opportunity. But I'm saying under the circumstances, during like, if here's the question: would you rather see this match, or would you rather see Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm against, let's say, Johnny? What's his name now? Johnny Elite, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Collision, Johnny something, and Taya Valkyrie.
here's the thing: when it comes to Johnny and Taya, they don't use them, and even if they use
Oh,
them,
they
they'll be
do,
the same
but
results as this
they
match.
do, but in Ring of Honor.
But I'm saying we're talking right now about AEW.
Okay,
I'm talking
so
about AEW. I think this it will be the same result.
of course, same
Even if the
result.
local wrestler
Orange and
even
Tony
wins
win,
that,
but
same results.
I'll feel a little bit more invested if those two were against Orange and Tony because they're trying to build them up as a mixed tag team of sort. Okay,
Yeah, because
instead
they're
of
trying
just
to.
getting
Okay,
over.
you have the match with Willa Yuta and Marina Shafir at Grand Slam. Hair versus hair, by the way. If you want to talk about old school,
Yeah, but
but
here's a question about that. Did if the losing team do both members lose their hair or the one
yeah,
that gets pinned?
I think both of them.
Because on commentary they said something to the levels of the one that gets pinned loses his or her hair.
I
That's what
understood both of them.
I understood for commentary that's only one of them.
I have
So
no
if it's
idea.
one of them, it's gotta
Eventually,
be
we'll
Willa
get
Yuta.
there to the. We will see once the match will happen.
All right.
But if you ask me, it's Willa Yuta.
So Orange and Tony win against the two and the local wrestlers. Afterwards, Tony Storm with a great promo. I can't shave my head; I would look like a penis. Man, Tony's a golden as a national treasure. I swear, Tony Storm is a national
And
treasure.
even Becky Lynch said herself that her dream match is with her.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to that match. When is that match? Revolution or Grand Slam Australia?
Grand Slam.
Grand
At Grand
Slam.
Slam.
Okay. I'm getting Grand Slam Australia is February 14th, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking because I don't see them really advertising that show, and we still don't know if it's a special or if it's taped or it's an episode of Dynamite or something like
I
that.
don't know. It's not a pay-per-view. Let's agree on that.
It's not a pay-per-view.
It's
It's not.
special. It's a special.
They're doing the same
Think
mistake
about
they
it like
did
Saturday
last
Night's
year.
main event. Think about it
Why
like
are
Saturday
they
Night's main
doing?
event.
Why are they doing the same mistakes they did last year? Why?
No, but it's a different venue. From what I understood, it's a different venue. It's in
And they
Sydney.
still don't promote it. I can still read
I
online.
don't
Still
know.
tickets.
I think now you have this match. We have another match we will talk about, and
Yeah.
no, 3 matches
Yeah,
overall.
they
Right now
got
we have 3 matches.
they got the championship match, they got the number one contender match, and you got this match. Also, we got I think a tag team match for the women's tag team titles.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
get
get
there.
there. All right, we see a video of Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors abducting Darby Allin. Is this feud
Who's
isn't
Clark
over?
Connors? I was dying to know who he is.
Okay, Clark
Explain
Connors
to
is
me.
okay. Clark Connors is very known in New Japan Pro Wrestling and was a young lion. And then when he made his debut on the main roster, let's say, he immediately joined Bullet Club and he became part of their War Dogs. It's him. It's Dan Maloney. It's Gabe Kidd, and unfortunately, it was another guy. I forgot his name. And those two were the four soldiers for Dave Finley's Bullet Club War Dogs. They were amazing. They were ferocious. He's a former two-time, if I'm not mistaken, IWGP Junior Tag Champion with Maloney. And right now, I know he is dating Tekla. And
Oh.
apparently, maybe he's joining AEW along with Gabe Kidd.
No, that's what I'm trying to understand. Is he a part of AW now, or he's not?
I'm guessing he's going to be a part of AEW. It seems like he's in between him and New Japan, so we just have to wait and see. But right now, I know
So
he's still.
that's why I'm asking, because why he helped him attack Darby Allin.
Hmm.
Okay, Gabe Kidd, I get it, but I didn't understand his part.
So yeah, so he's with the faction with Gabe Kidd as in the Bullet Club War Dogs. It's no longer Bullet Club War Dogs because Bullet Club is dead. New Japan ended it. It broke my heart. So now he's with Gabe Kidd. They're like affiliated with the Death Riders, and those guys are heels, but the Death Riders are baby faces, you know? So yeah, they abducted Darby Allin. They dragged him into the desert in a body bag, and they just dragged him with the car. Great. Can I get just one episode with Darby Allin not dying or something?
I just said
Can
I
I
said
have
it
just?
before.
I just want to see the episode where Darby Allin just sits down, have a cup of coffee, and maybe a donut, and relax.
I said it before. Darby Allin is his AW's version of Kenny from South Park. He dies, but he doesn't really die.
Oh my god.
It's a compliment, Darby. It's a definitely
Yeah,
a
of course,
compliment.
of course. All right. Next match, Hangman Page versus Mark Davis. And Mark Davis, wow. I'm not saying that he is the Jannetty of Aussie Open, but he got the short end of the stick in this whole partnership because Kyle, the minute Mark Davis was injured, he took the ball, he ran with it. Now look at Kyle Fletcher, an established singles wrestler. Mark Davis, I'm trying not to insult the guy because I think he's awesome, but sometimes it happens when a tag team splits up. One of them skyrockets to the moon. The other one is just like stays in the same level.
Yeah.
So they tried him in singles competition, and he's good, but he can't really how do you say it? Highlight himself. He doesn't really stand out. So they tried to put him again in a tag team with Doyle, and he got injured. Yeah, well done, well done.
Here's the thing. Also, you remember his debut when he so-called attacked Kota Ibushi?
Yeah,
No one even noticed that it was his debut.
yeah,
And I will say something. Mark Davis is incredibly talented.
yeah. He is.
I love his in-ring work. I think it's amazing. But I think, okay, yes, they got it. Let's call it random tag team with Jake Doyle. Because he also made his surprising debut in AEW.
Yeah.
Which is similar. It wasn't even noticed because they're too similar. But, okay, technically injured. Okay, he's getting a singles match. I'm okay with that. But I'm feeling like within this faction specifically, he's kind of missing.
Yeah.
I think he deserves more than that.
I feel the same.
Because he is talented overall.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Sometimes a couple of members in the Don Callis families are just nowhere to be seen. Where's Brian
Trent Beretta
Cage?
is alive. Example.
So Hangman Page defeats Mark Davis, cuts a promo saying that he'll face the winner of the Kenny Omega Andrade match, and he hopes Kenny Omega wins.
Okay.
All right. We see a video promo of Kevin Knight highlighting him as an established star in AEW. Of course, one part of the Trios champion. And then we get the T-shirt. Did you see the T-shirt?
You need to remind me.
It's a T-shirt of that
I'll Google it.
Mike Bailey strongly suggested would be the name of the team, and we see a horse, and on that horse, a rooster is riding him. I am not saying the original name.
That was Kevin Knight or Jet Speeds?
It's both of them. The video promo was of Kevin Knight, and then they also talked about the T-shirt that Mike Bailey suggested for the whole team, for him, Kevin Knight, and Adam Page as the trio of champions.
Wait, I'm trying to see if I can find it. No, they deleted it from their website.
You know why? Because they sold that T-shirt for only 1 hour on AEWShop.com. For 1 hour only.
Maybe they understood it wrong. Okay, there's another one, but they deleted it as well, which is not bad actually. It's another one, not the same one you described.
All right. I'll tell you later. Just remind me of that.
Okay.
All right, the following match. An amazing match. Andrade versus Kenny Omega. This is a dream match.
My God.
And it finally got a dream match on AEW after a long, long time that we haven't had any dream matches. And this match rocked. There's also a little bit of a controversy because it's AEW. There's an angle where there are some ladies at ringside that are really, really excited to see Andrade, and he always takes a picture with them, and they posted it on their social media. One of the two women before that were established wrestlers over in the Indies, Sophia something, and I don't remember the other one. But this time, I think one of them, or maybe two of them, were adult content creators.
One of them, and she posted a story that she's seen this from the front row. Was like,
and
oh my God,
goes,
this is fake.
Oh my God, this is so fake. And then everybody went after her. And she deactivated the socials.
So why were you there?
Oh my God. So yeah, we're having a tremendous match. Towards the end of the match, we see Swerve trying to interfere when you see Andrade holding a screwdriver.
No, Don Collins threw the screwdriver to Andrade. He tried to move the screwdriver, and then Swerve came to save the match and be the equalizer. But eventually, he didn't work, and Andrade won
with a low blow to Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And Andrade is now facing Hangman Page at Grand Slam Australia. The winner faces the world champion. And I'm not the first one to say it, and I think the first one was Alvarez. I completely agree. Let Andrade win. We need something new, and Andrade's on a roll. Man, an Andrade world title match, I think it's only going to do wonders for that kid.
Yeah. I think Andrade needs a little something better than what he received in WWE. So if that's the direction, I'm okay with that. But with regards to Kenny Omega, I still think he will get a title shot and win a title shot. Especially right now, he's hinting that he's doesn't have a lot of time left in his career. So I think eventually Kenny deserves a final title run. Maybe an All-In. Maybe.
I don't know about that.
But right now, to give Andrade that spot, I'm okay with that.
Well, I don't know about that, but the way I see it, we're probably looking at Swerve versus Omega at AEW Revolution. And I'm all for it.
I know that during Grand Slam, I saw a report that, I don't know if it's during Grand Slam or during Revolution, that Kenny will be in Japan, in New Japan.
Really? Well, for how long? For like an event?
I have no idea. It's reported I saw. We'll send it to you. I don't know if it's true or not.
All right. Of course, Omega and Swerve argue afterwards. The lady in the ringside says, "This is so fake." And
this is so fake.
Yeah, this is not a good idea. All right. One of the weirdest interviews I've seen in a while. We see Chris Statlander in an interview. Now, I'm quoting word for word what Renee told her, and this is what she said. Because Chris won't be in the corner of her friends during their tag match, because she won't be there, as compensation for that, she will give a rematch to Tekla. Like, Tekla will get a rematch, but she gets to pick the stipulation.
Tekla chooses the stipulation?
No, Chris chooses the stipulation.
Chris, okay.
But what I'm gonna say it again. As a gift for Chris, for not being in the corner of the Babes of Wrath during their match tonight, she gets a rematch with Tekla. Did she want a rematch with Tekla? She already beat her. Okay? But she gets to pick the stipulation. How does that even make sense?
And she didn't even say what the stipulation is.
She
But
will
if you
say
ask me,
she'll say it on Collision. She'll announce it on Collision.
but if you ask me, if Segla gets a second chance, Segla will win.
Yeah, but why? How come this is a gift?
I've
Like, just you're killing me, man. You're just killing me. AEW, you're killing me. All right, Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad. They finally got a name.
oh my
Mega
god, I
Bad.
hate that name. I
What?
hate
Mega
the
Bad is
name
awesome.
Mega Bad. I hate that name.
But she's the
Oh my
Mega
god.
Sis. She's super bad. They're Mega Bad.
No, Mega Bad sounds ridiculous. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I completely
Mega
disagree.
Bad?
That
No.
name.
No.
But again, if I find logic in the name, it makes sense. Mega Sis,
No, I
super
understood they
bad, Mega
connected their
Bad.
nicknames. Got it. But still,
I love this
what
name.
was their name before that?
They
had a
had no
different
name.
name.
No, they had no name. It
No,
was
they
Megan-
had. They had a different name before that.
No, it was Megan Bain and Penelope Ford. That's it. They didn't have a tag name.
No, but Divine something. Divine something.
I know. That's the Megasis nickname, the Divine Goddess.
No.
That's her nickname. The Divine
I remember
Goddess.
they
the
had a
Megasis.
name before that. I remember they had a name before
Well, you
Megabad.
should. Then you should. But
I will check it. I will.
you
check
should
the
check
name
it out on
but
Google. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I hate the name.
Okay.
I don't care if they mix Megasis and the Superbad together. I don't care. I hate it. It sounds like a high school Mean Girls thing. I'm sorry. No.
it sounds like an 80s
Sorry.
rock band, and I'm loving it. This is
No.
Mega Bad. I love it. All right.
No.
So we
No.
get the match.
Sorry.
Megan Bain and Penelope Ford versus Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale, the double champ. Good match, but in the end, it is Mega Bad that are winning this. This is the eliminator match, and I love the fact that Excalibur says on commentary, usually people that have a eliminator match don't win, but look at this, she actually won. So Mega Bad gets a title shot at Grand Slam Australia against Babes of Wrath. And please let them win.
Yeah. I was going to say that Megan Bain deserves to be a champion.
Megan Bain should have beaten Toni Storm when she had that world title match.
Yeah, as that, and also she should have won the inaugural championship with Marina. I think these two women, they dodged the bullet with them. They dodged it.
I'll disagree with
And
that.
Megan Bain is so freaking talented. She's definitely a main event superstar. And the fact that you're missing each and every opportunity with this woman, she deserves a title shot. She deserves a championship. Period.
There's a lot of things that AEW misses in their booking, as long as also as other companies miss with their booking, and they had a lot of things that they miss in the women's division in AEW. One of them is that I believe the first tag team champion should have been KJ, because they were an established tag team before anyone else, and they should have deserved at least get the first crack at those titles. But instead, they gave it to Willow and Harley Cameron, which is fine. Congrats for both ladies. But afterwards, not only that, they turned Willow they made Willow a double champion. Why does she need to hold two championships? Why?
No, I don't. Here's the thing. Regarding Willow Nightingale, I don't care that she's a double champion. I don't care. I think she deserves this opportunity as well. And regarding Ty J, are the rumors true and Anna J is no longer with AEW?
As far as I know, those are the rumors. That's what the rumors say. I have no confirmation on that.
You know there are still rumors circling Britt Baker, by the way. If we're on the subject.
But about a day ago, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, Tony Khan said, yeah, she's coming back 100%. I just don't know when.
But he
she's
said
coming
it
back.
as well 6 months ago. And a year before that.
Tony Khan is probably the spokesperson for Bullet Club. Bullet Club is fine. Bullet Club is fine. I don't know what the hell's going on there. All right. We got a video promo by Tommaso Ciampa, the new TNT champion, with his new friend Sylvie. Great name.
Cute. I'm sorry.
And of course, he's going to uphold the tradition of defending that championship each and every week. And this week on Collision, he will defend it against Roderick Strong and Claudio Castagnoli. Shut up and take my money.
That will be a great match.
That would be an awesome match.
I wonder if WWE followed trademark for Goldie. Interesting.
They could, but the belt is silver, so it kind of makes sense who called her Sylvie.
No, I know, but the thing is, each title doesn't matter if it's silver or gold. It's gold in wrestling terms.
Well, I'm sorry, but
Impact
TNA Impact had the Dark Ages where they had silver championships for almost everyone, and I'm like, I hate silver championships. Championship deserves to be gold. They can't have
I know,
silver.
but That's what I'm saying. I think it will be, even though the TNT title is silver, but I thought it
All right.
was with Goldie.
Afterwards, we get Jack Perry versus Ricochet for the national championship. And wow, Ricochet went on a rampage
Yeah.
for the past couple of days.
But what are we doing with Jack Perry? What are we doing with
Um,
Jack Perry?
I don't know. Ever since he came back, and it was a good reunion with Luchasaurus, and then Lucha got injured. I don't know if it's in kayfabe or if he really is injured.
No, it's not kayfabe. He's really
All
injured
right,
on his
again,
shoulder.
he just came back. He just
He
came
was
back from
injured like a
injury.
month ago.
All right. So yeah, so Lucha's out with an injury, and then we get Jack Perry with a rivalry to establish the national championship, which is fine. And it was a good match against Ricochet. He cheats to win the match. The Bucks trying to help him, and they fail. And Ricochet, as obnoxious as he is still the national champion. I said this on our Hebrew channel. I'm gonna say it right now. The minute that the Hurt Business completely annihilated Ricochet during their segment in the ring where they slapped him around, I thought this guy was finished. There was no way to bring him back up. And luckily, it took him a year, but they actually did it. They actually brought him up. He's doing a great job as a heel champion with the national championships. He has a good faction with the Demand. And let's see where he goes from here. So, yeah.
His tweets are making me laugh. His tweets are
Is this?
making me
But
laugh.
the question is, does he really mean those tweets? Because I heard
I
ramblings
think
that
it's
he pisses
kayfabe.
people
I think
off.
it's a part of kayfabe, and I don't think all of the tweets are real. Like for example, he said El Generico's legacy is way better than Sami Zayn's. Just an example. And he said, I don't know who he replied to, but I remember Bailey replied to him as Baldy. She
Something
somehow
like
got
that,
into
yeah.
conversation. I don't remember what was that. But some of his tweets are funny. I'm sorry.
Wow. From there, we get a promo from Gabe Kidd that he wants a rematch with Darby Allin. And we got to our main event. Brody King versus MJF. An eliminator match. If Brody King wins, he gets a world title shot at Grand Slam
Grant.
Australia. The match, okay, let's talk about it. The
Yeah?
controversy when the match begins. Before the bell rings, the entire audience screams F ice. Now, like I said, I'm from Israel. We're both from Israel. We're not going to get involved in politics that don't belong to us. At least that one. But, I think you can have in your opinion, but people came to see wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Why do we need to get stuff like that involved in like just watching pro wrestling?
No, but the thing is, they know Brody King is also anti-ice. He has his T-shirt that comes out in each episode, like
He's
abolish ice.
major anti-ice, yeah.
Yeah. So they knew because Brody King is anti-ice and all the situation going on with ice in the United States. So that's why, okay, the chant was only for about mere 5 seconds. But it's like people will say, oh my God, they took AEW Dynamite hostage. No, it was for 5 seconds.
Still
But
5 seconds.
look,
Listen, it's still 5 seconds, but it got the major news coverage,
yeah, I know. That's
NBC
what I'm
and all
saying.
that stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
Here's
and
the
Mick
thing.
Foley liked it. Good
I
for you,
wanted to
Mick.
say that Mick Foley, like a huge fan of AW, he loved that chant, and also MJF said himself, "We're not going to censor the audience." That's
Mick
the
Fo-
great part about AW; they won't censor them.
Is it a good thing that they don't censorship stuff? Is it a good thing?
Depends what. It really depends what.
All right.
Because in WWE, if you say something like too political, they probably will kick you out.
Maybe. Well, I don't remember the last time that someone actually said something political, except for Sammy, but he didn't explicitly say it, so.
No, I will give you something like internal. Like for example, someone put out a sign on the blaming TKO that is too expensive or something like that, and the security confiscated his sign and kicked him out. Only
Allegedly.
because he complained about TKO and the prices.
Allegedly.
Example.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
But it still kicked him out.
All right.
And they say in AW that like you have the free speech and they're not censoring curses. They're giving people to chant whatever they want. They never censored anyone. And for them, it's like some will say it's like a point for their advantage is okay. We have the free speech here.
I'm just saying, free speech in a pro wrestling show. Really?
No, in general, I'm
No,
not
I know.
not just a
But here's
political statement. I
but
can
that's
say in
basically
general.
my point of view. This is just a goddamn wrestling show. Let me just watch
No,
wrestling.
no, I know. Wrestling should supposed to be
No,
escapism from reality. Absolutely, I
yeah.
agree with that. I'm just saying that, when I meant from free speech is like, for
No, no,
example, F Don Callis, F Willa Yuda.
no. That's
They're not censoring that.
well,
You see?
it depends on your audience ratings, but yeah, I agree with that one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Mick Foley's a fan of AEW. Huh? Yeah, Mick. Name me five wrestlers that were in the last episode of Collision, Mick. Come on, go ahead. Name me five.
Okay, let's talk about the fact that you blinked and and Brody King won thanks to Hangman.
Yeah. So
Like
Hangman
that.
shows
You
up,
blinked.
causes a distraction, and then Brody chokes MJF, and he beats him with his finisher move. I forgot the name of the finisher, but Brody King wins in less than 2 minutes, gets the
Yeah.
title shot, and then afterwards we see Andrade attacking Brody King. From there, Hangman attacks Andrade. From there, MJF attacks Hangman, and then Brody hits MJF again with his finisher. Brody stands tall. And now look at the world title scene. It's
Yeah.
MJF, it's Hangman, it's Andrade, and it's Brody King. Something new at least. And now, when you look at the matches that are set for Grand Slam Australia, you got Brody King versus MJF, and you got Andrade versus Hangman. Winners of both matches go on to face each other at Revolution. I'm hoping for Andrade versus MJF.
Or Brody King Hangman. Because
I,
here's the thing: you want to see again Hangman versus MJF at Revolution?
hell no.
Exactly.
No.
So it's either Andrade or MJF, even though it's a heel versus a heel. Fine.
You could.
And Brody King and Hangman, so-called face versus face. But
Yeah.
still,
You could.
I think either option. Okay, if for example Brody King surprises everyone and will take from MJF and Grand Slam, even though unlikely, I think it will be epic because also Brody King does deserve that opportunity as well. Or on a different direction, and it will be Brody King versus Andrade. That will be way more interesting. And if you put Bandito in the mix.
I think it has the least chance to actually occur when you look at all the competitors.
Yeah, I know, but
But
just giving you fantasy booking.
I don't. I completely agree with the fantasy booking. But I think if I continue with the fantasy booking logics, I think Andrade versus MJF, a fresh match we haven't gotten yet, could put more eyes on the product, and people will be talking about that one.
Yeah, but still it's a heel versus a heel.
Yeah, but it's a heel versus a heel, but people cheer MJF, so it doesn't. You know, if you cheer the guy,
but
he's not really a heel, so you know.
But now they also cheer for Andrade. On his match with Omega, they didn't cheer for him.
But you can just imagine the promo afterwards because MJF always says the same stuff. Hey, look, buddy, look, bud. Now he's just gonna change that to Hey, amigo. Hey, Padre.
Or you were gonna go from Seth Rollins'
That.
playbook. Or you're gonna go for Seth Rollins' playbook because they were together on the Super Bowl event, something.
I was happy. I actually enjoyed seeing that. MJF and Seth Rollins standing side by side.
They're really cool with each other.
Two rival companies working together. This is awesome.
Now I'm gonna say, if you ask me, MJF will be in WWE sooner or later.
If they lose MJF, if they lose one of their franchise players, then AEW has a problem. You can't lose someone like that. At least not
but
this
I
season.
think Cody will somehow bring him there, like he did with Ricky.
Maybe.
It's a matter of time.
Look, when you look at it, WWE is the big leagues. It doesn't get any bigger than that. And I understand why people want to go there. But if you have something like AEW that has the potential to be bigger than it already is, then I don't see people going, you know what? I'm making millions of dollars here. I'm making a good living out of this. I'm enjoying my career. I've won championships. I want to see what's going on over there. I mean, if the only reason you should do that is if you're really bored of where you at, or at least you're not making at least money that you think you should make more money. I don't know. But if you're making good money and you get good exposure and you enjoy your career in AEW, I don't think there's a reason for you to go to WWE instead. And if only if to fulfill a lifelong dream or something like that. So, like AEW has successfully become the alternative that people look for if they can't go to WWE or don't want to go to WWE. So, if you lose someone, from there to go to WWE. Here, look at the Powerhouse Hobbs. Look at Royce Keys. The guy had an offer, according to reports, of course. He had an offer from Tony Khan for more money, and he said to them respectfully, "I declined because I want to take the offer from WWE. I want to try the big leagues, even though it's for less money." So he's on.
In the beginning, also Blake Monroe, same thing.
Yeah. Also, in fact, from reports that I've read, she actually said, "Listen, that was my main goal. I knew I was not a lifer for AEW.
Yeah.
My goal was to be established, to get a good offer for WWE, and then we'll start from there." So, and it's not a bad thing. I'm just
No, I'm not. I never said it was a bad thing.
no, I'm not.
I'm
not.
saying it could be a matter of time.
I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying like specifically you when I say
No,
something.
I know.
Okay. Right.
I know.
All right, so that was AEW. Let's give it a grade between 1 and 10. There's even a 0 if it was a complete catastrophe. What's your score for AEW Dynamite?
I'm gonna be really nice here. I'm gonna go with 7. It was not bad.
7. I'm going with 7 as well. Good score for a good episode, good matches, and I'm really hoping we're getting the Andrade MJF match. Not just me hoping. But we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Friday Night SmackDown. There's a lot to talk about. So here we go. McIntyre opens the episode. No! Cody Rhodes beat the living hell out of him because he wants revenge for what happened at the Royal Rumble. So after he beats him up, he gets in the ring with his promo. The Far, I'm giving you the honors. Tell us about the promo.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna say something different from the promo. It's a regular thing with Drew and all the Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania, and nothing new.
Yeah.
I want to point you on this shirt. Okay? He has a new merch right now on WWEshop.com. It's a kid's collection, okay? We see Cody Rhodes as a cartoon character, like a superhero thing.
Yeah.
Now, I know they did something similar with John Cena in the past. However, those shirts, if you'll see them on the WWE shop, it's giving me Homelander vibes. I'm sorry. It gives me Homelander vibes. It looks exactly like a cartoon Homelander in this merch. I'm sorry. He's hinting me something. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So we get the Cody promo, and the guy is mad. He's pissed at what happened at the Royal Rumble. But then before that, he has to acknowledge what happened on Monday Night Raw with Roman and CM Punk, and he said the following. I laughed my ass off like everyone else. I see that Roman and CM Punk have a you-know-what measuring contest. Well, at least they're not going up against me because everybody knows I'm Raheem.
Okay, with regard to the Raheem, I need you to explain to me the Raheem. I'm the only one that does not understand where the Raheem came from.
I don't know exactly the reason. What I remember is he had a feud with some wrestler, a boxer turned wrestler in AEW. I forgot his name. And during that promo, he said something about him being African American, something like that. You should Google it to get the exact context. But ever since then, everybody's been joking at Cody Rhodes that he's African American, but he's not.
No,
So
he's married to Brandy. Brandy's African American, but it doesn't. What?
No. It's because of that specific storyline that bombed, and that people call him it's Raheem Rhodes and stuff like that. So Cody, Elijah One, Raheem Rhodes.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah,
Elijah Wood? Frodo?
Elijah One. He was a basketball player.
You said Elijah Wood. He's the actor that plays Frodo
Elijah One. So anyways, so he sticks it through there to CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Then, of course, he friends Drew McIntyre. Don't worry, you're not going to make it to WrestleMania. So the question is, will Drew McIntyre make it to WrestleMania? We'll have to find out in the future. From there, we get an interview with Kiana and Julia, who I've fondly named Kialia, because everybody's been mixing their names lately. So now it's Kialia, because it's Kiana James.
Why not Koala Bear and that's it?
Koala?
Kialia? Koala.
You take a couple of initials from the one name, you take the other initials from the other name, and you put them together like Rigo.
I still prefer that than Megabad. Sorry.
It's still better than Megabad. So we got an interview with Kiana and Julia saying this is just a stepping stone. We're gonna get those tag titles because our main goal is to turn Julia into a Triple Crown champion at the same time. She's gonna win the tag titles there, and then she's gonna go on to WrestleMania and get the WWE Women's Championship or whatever championship if she wins the Elimination Chamber, if she qualifies. So we get the first match of the night for the women's tag team titles. We get Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky versus Kialia, which is Kiana James and Julia. Come on, hashtag this. Come on, let it trend. So Kialia versus Rio. Good match. Good match.
I love the match. It was actually a good match, especially on the sequences with Io and Julia.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to what they had in the Rumble.
And
I
finally,
think it was good.
And finally, we see more glimpse of how good Julia really is.
Yeah.
The ending felt a little bit off because in the end, Rio retains, but Julia's the one that got pinned.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, Kiana said Julia will get all the triple titles, and then she was the one who gets pinned. It's like
kind of weird.
Either they're giving us a storyline to split the two, or I don't know.
I think that a split will come down eventually down the road, but it just felt weird that Julia gets pinned in this match. She takes the fall. Weird.
And also, by the way, Rhea and Io wore like a black and white gear inspired by Art the Clown from Terrifier. Just
good to know.
FYI.
Good to know. We got a conversation backstage between Miz, Ilya Dragunov, and Carmelo. Dragunov tells the Miz to back off after he kicked his ass last week. And Miz like, why do you always resort to violence? Don't you understand? You have to also know how to talk to people to get around here in WWE. You need someone like me to help you out, Ilya. And then Carmelo shows up and says, listen, you want a championship match for the night, the US Open? No. You don't deserve a championship match. You deserve an ass beating. So, Ilya, you'll get your match next week. This week, I'm kicking Miz, and it's not for the title. And Miz is like, what? This is not fair. But it is what it is. So now the next match is Carmelo Hayes versus The Miz in a non-title match. By the way, did you see Carmelo snuffing that kid in the front row?
Oh, yeah.
Dude! Come on.
That was cringe.
I just hope he gave her an autograph later after the show or something. I mean, come on.
But I love the match. I think it was an amazing match between the two.
I think people don't appreciate The Miz much.
Yeah.
That guy has been underrated his entire career. Give the man his flowers. Give the man his props. He deserves it. And hopefully he gets another title run in a couple of months from now. But still, Miz, awesome match versus Carmelo. The ending came with that Codebreaker variation thing. Carmelo wins. Is this the end of the Carmelo-Miz feud? Maybe.
Their feud? Yeah. Maybe. Maybe that is if Miz will not go again for the title. It could be an option because right now the mix is those three, like Miz, Carmelo, Ilya. You have also Nakamura and Tama Tonga on the mix, so-called on the mix. I think Miz deserves a title run. Something. I said it even when he was in the John Cena tournament.
Yeah.
He deserves it. You put in him, and you see how the fans want him to get this opportunity, and I don't know. I have no idea. It's like our truth.
Do with Miz what you did with Dolph Ziggler. Give him the NXT Championship. He's going to elevate that thing to the moon.
Oh. Miz versus Joe Hendrick? I'll book it.
You already did on SmackDown. Why not do it on NXT? All right, from there, we get an interview with Tiffany Stratton. And tonight she's in a qualifying match to the Elimination Chamber, where the winner faces either the World Women's Champion or the WWE Women's Champion. Depends on who doesn't pick. Of course, she highlights her performance on WrestleMania last year. She says she's going to ride WrestleMania this year. Chelsea Green shows up with an article of part of her dress from the Rumble and says that her time is now, and she's going to beat Tiffany and Lash later on tonight. And that is coming up later on in the show. No, actually, it's coming up right now. Tiffany versus Lash versus Chelsea Green, qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. This match rocked.
Okay, do you still agree with Michael Hayes' comment on Chelsea Green? I think after this match, it's done and void. I'm sorry. After this match, what Chelsea showed in that match is Michael Hayes' what he said about her at Unreal is done and void.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so let me just say the following because I said it before and I'll say it again, mostly in Hebrew, but I'm going to say it in English. Unreal is a scripted show
I
about
know,
it.
but
Wait, 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 wait.
still.
Let me just finish the point. It's a
Sorry.
scripted show about a scripted show that is doing a scripted show. Okay? So every single phrase and line and segment and frame we are watching on this scripted show is is scripted. So everybody's talking about this, and I'm pretty sure it's all part of the master plan. To people to feel more sympathetic towards Chelsea, and she will eventually be a world champion. Now, what he said, if you take it into the context of the wrestling world, is that in order for someone to be a great hero, you have to have a great villain. Okay, and Chelsea is an amazing villain. Now, of course, he said it in the context of her not being the bigger star, but that is the subcontext in that because people we need in order to elevate someone, we need someone to help them get elevated. That is what Chelsea is great at to help elevate other stars. But to say that she can't be a star by herself, that's preposterous.
I know.
So yeah,
But he didn't say it like a hero and a villain. He just
I
said
know,
she
I know.
can't be on the star level like Charlotte or Tiffany.
And look what
It
happens.
pissed me off.
And look what happens. Everyone in the goddamn world is talking about that freaking line. She was interviewed for that in a couple of outlets because of that line, and now people are more sympathetic towards her. I think they did it they did it directly because of this. This was planned. This is my opinion.
Okay, if that's the direction, what I want to see more of
If you
Chelsea
want
Green.
if you want
Now,
me to if you want me to if you want me to say what I actually thought about it, if I take it as it is, Michael's out of his mind.
yeah, obviously,
It's
his
an old.
comment is not in void. His comment is not in void. But okay, wishful thinking here. There's
Yeah.
a lot of wishful thinking from France right now. Okay, that their wishful thinking is Chelsea Green winning the money in the bank briefcase.
Yes.
But also it means that it will break the streak of a successful cash-ins. That means she will fail at her cash-in.
People always say that though, but why?
I, I don't
Why
know
why would she fail?
because currently, I don't know why, but they're saying like, okay, right now all the cash-ins you had for the women's Money in the Bank they were successful. There's 100% success rate. So
Yeah.
they need one to break it. And they're thinking Chelsea Green is the one to break it because of her role. I hope
Could
it's
be.
not the case.
It could be. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I don't think it will. If she's winning the Money in the Bank contract this year, she's cashing in and becoming champion.
I
That's
agree.
my
I hope so too.
yeah.
Regarding the match, it was a great match. It was an excellent match. It really showed who Chelsea Green is as an in-ring competitor as well. I loved it. But the result was too predictable.
Yeah, there's also like
Damn that.
they had a little fault in the timing down there because Chelsea went to pin Lash and they were like waiting for a couple of seconds for Nia Jax to
Yeah, there
step
was
in and
also
pull
like
out
the
of the ring.
drop kick that Tiffany did, and she missed Lash by a centimeter. But
It happens, but that
yeah,
coast from Chelsea,
amazing,
amazing.
awesome, awesome.
And in the end, Tiffany pins Chelsea. Of course, the crowd was ecstatic for that, but you could see they were behind Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
They want to see her win, and I'm thinking it's gonna happen in 2026.
I hope so.
People want to see it. You know,
I
like
think
people.
it will be a great redemption also for Chelsea Green because remember, when Tiffany won the briefcase in 24,
He pushed off a
they
ladder.
were the final two. She
Yeah,
shoved Chelsea Green from the ladder.
yeah.
Think about if this is a long-term storytelling here.
You could.
That would be
If
great.
Tiffany wins the championship at WrestleMania and then goes on, yeah, we could. We could.
Yeah.
Afterwards, we got a promo from Kit Wilson. And he's walking in
Okay.
the ring.
This is the biggest pop the guy received in his entire WWE career. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved it. The crowd was 100% behind him. It was awesome.
I
He
actually
deserves
laughed.
it. Keith Wilson deserves it.
I agree. I just laughed at the fact that he did his promo talking about he wasn't in the Rumble because of all the toxic
Toxic.
masculinity. And then he did the hips thing, and he just waited until
To it was great.
Oba's music hit, and
That was great.
didn't hit, so he kept doing that. That was funny. So then Oba Femi walks in, he taunts him, gets a chop to the chest, and we have a match, an actual match, Oba versus Kit Wilson. He runs him over, Oba wins. Now, this is what I wanted to see on Raw. But no, he squashed the Roy Raiders instead. So this is what I wanted
It
to see.
was funny that Obafemi, like, okay, yeah, Obafemi got an amazing pop from those
Yeah.
fans in Charlotte, and he walks in and you hear him say, "Oh, you want to talk about masculinity?" Something like that when he
Something
walks
like
in.
that.
He was funny.
Now we saw Oba on Raw and our SmackDown. Where do you want to see him go next? Like, do you want to see him regularly on SmackDown or Raw? Where does he fit?
I think the more fitting will be Raw, but if they want to somehow continue the storyline with Cody, so-called storyline, so SmackDown. I think SmackDown needs more star power than Raw. But if you have to be
Well,
rational, Raw.
Well, if you have Roman and CM Punk on Monday Night Raw, you could add Oba to the mix, but I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
you have Brock Lesnar's supposedly on Raw, Braun Breaker as well. You have a major like powerhouse guys
you know
that SmackDown lacks of.
it's funny because I thought about the whole Oba Lesnar thing and how they could have built it to WrestleMania, and it's just clear as day. It's if again fantasy booking. What they should have
Yeah.
done, in my opinion, is this: Oba eliminates Lesnar. Then we move on to Elimination Chamber, where Oba qualifies and competes. We're down to the last three guys. We did this before, but it actually works every single time. So Oba is down to the last 3 or 4 men in the match. One guy's eliminated. They open the gate, and Brock Lesnar comes in. F5's Oba. He's eliminated, and that's how we set the match for WrestleMania. It was clear as day. Now, because Lesnar eliminated Oba, either that works like in the opposite way, that Oba makes causes Brock Lesnar to lose the Elimination Chamber, or we're not getting the match.
Or, okay, I'll give you a fantasy booking of my own.
All right.
Let's say this match will happen. Either
All right.
WrestleMania or SummerSlam, I don't care. This
Yeah.
match happens and the ring will break.
You think?
Similar to with Big Show.
Wow.
It could happen.
All I'm saying is I want to see Oba versus Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So after Oba demolishes Kit Wilson, we see Damian Priest and R-Truth in backstage. R-Truth doing the dance, saying, "Oh my God, Oba." The O stands for "Oh my goodness." And then McIntyre runs into R-Truth. They want to fight, but Damian calms him down. He looks at Drew and says, you and I, we already did this, but you're having trouble with Cody and Jacob. I don't think you need this right now." And Drew's like, and he walks off. I'm asking Damian, wait, you don't want a championship match? You don't want to pick a fight with the WWE champion? I thought this is what you wanted. You wanted the WWE championship. So why wouldn't you pick a fight with Damian
Yeah, it's kind of a weird spot. Or it's like, okay, let's give Damien a break right now and then we'll see what happens next.
Damian's kind of lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
Kind of
Totally.
feels like it. So,
Totally.
well, maybe he'll challenge Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship. Like he'll do something. So I don't know.
Okay, fantasy booking, Carmelo and Trick for the title.
Yeah, but they're like in the current trajectory, like they're both heels. I don't know if that's gonna work because actually, I think they're elevating Trick to be in the
No,
Elimination Chamber.
Carmelo's face.
Trick
Trick is a heel, Carmelo's
right,
face.
right. But I think they're elevating Trick to the Elimination Chamber, as we see like later
No,
on. in the show.
afterwards.
Maybe.
Somehow,
Maybe.
in some constellation.
All right. From there, we got a promo from Drew McIntyre. Take two. Nope. Jacob Fatu
Jacob
attacks him,
Fatu.
beats him up. Everybody's trying to stop him. They can't. They go backstage. Now, I forgot to mention, after Cody attacked Drew, Nick Aldis told Cody, "Go home. Listen, go. I'll tell you what. If you go home now, you're in the qualifying match next week for the Elimination Chamber." And Cody's like, "Fine, I'll go." Jacob Fatu, "Listen, go home now, and he'll be in the qualifying match for Elimination Chamber later on." And Jacob's like, "Fine, okay, because I'm all gas, no brakes, and I'm gonna, you know what?"
I mean,
Yeah. following match, Tama Tonga versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm happy he kept the classic look.
It was a
Now,
good match.
it was a good match. Nothing like New Japan, but still it was a good match.
Yeah.
Now, wait. Now Tonga Loa and JC Mateo hold the tag team title. Who the hell are the tag team champions? Are we
I have
doing
no
the
idea.
Freebirds thing? Are we doing a Freebirds thing?
Maybe.
Where
But
everybody
we need
can
to
be champions?
acknowledge Tongaloa as the OTC. The original tribal chief Tongaloa. I had to say that.
All right, so Tonga, Tonga, the original tribal chief. So we got Tama Tonga versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Good match, but in the end, because of the MFTs, Tama Tonga wins. Is he getting a U.S. title match? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Supposed to, if
Supposed
they're not going to screw this up again. Because they were hitting it with Ilya for months.
Yeah.
And now what?
And then Ilya lost the title to Carmelo, and I'm like, so what the hell was that about? So fine.
No, but actually now that I think about it, because Solo has his match in the main event and Tama Tonga had this match, they just were holding the titles and that's it.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see in
I
the
have
next
no idea.
title defense.
I have to ask you a question though.
Good.
Does Tama Tonga's elbow is better or worse than Will Ospreay's elbow? Because it's the same finisher.
Nah, I think Ospreay does it does it more in a more dangerous way, if you call it like that.
No, I know because a lot of people compared it, so it's like some would
almost
say it's
the
better
same
than
move.
Ospreay's, and some say it's worse than Ospreay's. So I
don't know. I think Ospreay does it in a very mean way. That finishing move is with the elbow cut. We got a promo from Uncle Howdy, who is all by himself. Where's the family? We don't know, but he basically warned Solo, just as you think that I'm alone. We'll just wait and see. You're basically all alone by yourself. You're gonna find out. So the battle between the MFTs and the Wyatt Six is far from over.
Yep.
If it leads to a big brawl at WrestleMania, I'm cool with it. I'm just saying, please do something better with the Wyatt Six because you have all the tools. Also, you might call this constructive criticism, but Bo Dallas, as we know him, Uncle Howdy, is trying to be Bray. You don't have to be Bray. You can be yourself while still honoring the whole perception of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt Six, because he's trying to talk like Bray and he's trying to act like Bray, and he's not Bray. But I know I'm see what he's trying to do, and I just think if you're trying to bring yourself into this role you want to portray, I think you'll do a better job.
Now, here's the thing. Okay. I said it before about the Wyatt Six, but I will say it again. Their massive debut in June 2024 on Monday Night Raw. It had amazing potential. Really.
They killed everyone.
Yeah. But the fact that they got Chad Gable back a week later, you screwed up the whole shtick. And I think since then, okay, the only thing that elevated them a bit was the storyline with the MFTs. But the fact that they lost, I think that the whole gimmick is lost. The entire gimmick is lost, and when it comes to Bo Dallas, I prefer his televised promos than the in-ring promos. Far none. But I think they totally missed the spot with this faction. And it's bad. I'm sorry.
I agree. I think they missed the boat. I think they can still salvage it. I think they can still resurrect it properly. Because the Wyatt Six has potential, even without Bray. But the question is, what exactly do you do with the Wyatt Six? And they have to be prominent. We have to see them almost each week. They have to be in matches. They have to be competing. How come only Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis have most of the matches when you have Eric Rowan in there? Nikki Cross hasn't wrestled once. Once.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
They dodged the ball after their debut on Raw.
Just weird. Just weird. Also, them losing to Karrion Kross in the Final Testament, also weird. Just a lot of lost potential there.
Yeah.
We see a conversation between Fraxium and Motor City Machine Guns, probably talking about a tag team match against each other to, get a title shot later on during the run. When we see Johnny Gargano lying there like a plank on a box, with Candice trying to console him. And she's telling Fraction, please, just give him the mask back. And Axiom's like, no, this is my mask. He stole from me. You don't know what the mask means to him. The mask that he stole from me. What are you talking
That
about?
was weird. That was
That was
weird.
really weird. I have no idea what's going on. But did you see the sticker on the box that Johnny Gargano was lying on?
No.
There was an NXT sticker on that box.
Meaning he's
So
going back to NXT?
people starting to insinuate that that was direct. That was a direct hint that Johnny Gargano is going back to NXT.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay
I'm
with that as
totally
well.
okay with that.
The question is he going back with Candice? Is he going back to get another shot at the NXT Championship? Is he going to be against Joe Hendry? A lot of speculations going on, but people are saying this is not by accident. This is by design. The sticker is there to tell us that Johnny Gargano is heading to NXT once again.
I'm okay with that. If this is the case, and he will go for the title for Joe Hendry, I'm totally okay with that. If Kennedy is with him, I'm totally okay with that. I'll just remind you that Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and I think Adam Cole as well, when they got the call up, they didn't want to go to the main roster. They want to stay put in NXT. They said it
Yeah,
themselves.
because the call up was in 2019. It was them, Aleister Black, and
Yeah.
Ricochet. And basically, they were in the middle of a heavy invested storylines near Stand and Deliver. And then Vince McMahon just said, "Oh, just give me these four." And it was like, "But this is our main storyline, heading to Stand and Deliver. What the hell? Sorry, you take over Brooklyn, New York, or whatever. What are you doing?"
I think Johnny Gargano in NXT will do him great.
Well, I would be more.
Greater than the main roster for sure.
Well, here's the thing. Every change it could be for better or for worse. I'd love to see him in NXT again, but the thing is, he already did everything that he could there. Like he won every title. He was in every major storyline. He was the MVP, the heart and soul of NXT, the MVP of the
Yeah,
franchise.
but
So
the
why
use of
not
the main
try?
roster was
But I think if he's already on the main roster, why not try to establish and improve storylines on the main roster? I mean, this was a funny storyline with the whole mask thing. He could be a good contender for the United States Championship. I mean, you could do stuff with him.
I
Like
know,
taking
but
him,
they're not. But they're not.
so taking him back
Kind
to
of a problem.
NXT, you could look at it as a step backwards, but it depends on exactly what you do with him. So, maybe he can go to TNA.
That's an option.
I
Or
don't know how
AAA.
I don't know how this partnership works. Maybe AAA also an option. All right. We get afterwards we see an interview with Rio saying that we're the champs, hey, and you have qualifying matches on Monday Night Raw for the Elimination Chamber. And so Ripley says it's cool. Like we're the champs, we're gonna retain our championships, and then one of us is gonna head to WrestleMania winning the World Championship. So yay! And then they get intimidated by Lash Jax, Nia Jackson, the Lash Legend, saying they want a tag team title match. They'll probably get it sometime later on. And then we see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez arrive to the arena. What is happening? What are they doing here? We're going to find out next.
They're fighting Dandy. We're still best friends.
We see Kid Wilson walking down the hall accusing Matt Cardona of all the bad luck he's been having when a wild Apollo Crews appears.
He's alive, guys. He's alive. He's still working with WWE.
He was in AAA about a week ago in a Fatal 4-Way match, but the thing that the online community is like excited to see actually Apollo come back, which is awesome.
Yeah,
So yeah, so we're probably continuing this rivalry between Matt Cardona and Kid Wilson. At least they have something to do with the storyline, so I'm for it.
Yep. Yep.
A funny segment in the ring with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, where Liv Morgan again celebrates the fact that she's the greatest Rumble winner of all time. And of course, she is contemplating her decision to make. Either she chooses Stephanie Vaquer. It's
Vaquer.
What the hell's wrong with you people?
Vaquer.
Why are they saying it like that?
Wow, I think it's on purpose at this
Maybe.
point. I think it's on purpose at this point.
They're
It's
like
Vaquer.
William Regal when he said Umanga. So it's either Stephanie Vaquer or Jade Cargill, but we have to address the elephant in the room, you guys. Raquel grabs the mic and says, "That's right, we should address the elephant in the room."
And then
Cue music. Jade Cargill comes in, walks up to Liv Morgan and says, "Listen, if you choose me, I'm gonna kick your ass." And just one more question: what the hell are you looking at?
that was great.
That was awesome. Jordan Gray shows up saying, "You don't have to be worried about Jade because if she actually defends the championship, I would win that championship, and then you face me at WrestleMania." She starts to bicker with Jade. Liv starts to scream, and then both Jade and Jordan yell at Liv, "Shut up!" That was awesome. And then they all started yelling at each other. Nick Aldis is losing his mind. Shut up! Everybody just shut up! All right, I'm going to pull a Teddy Long here, player. We're going to have a tag team match. Tag team match right now. Give me a referee. And we get Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Jade and Jordan. A good match. The story is that Jordan doesn't like Jade. Jade doesn't like Jordan. They don't gel together. They don't work together. Then there comes a point in the match where Jade accidentally hits Jordan in the face with a kick, and then Raquel accidentally hits Liv Morgan in the kick into the face. A little bit back and forth between Raquel and Jade, and Jordan rolls up Raquel from behind for the pinfall. Awesome, awesome match. Funny outcome.
But I'm wondering about if the finish was good or not. The roll up.
A roll up is never good. Depends on the outcome.
Yeah, it was kind of too quick for me.
It was. Doesn't really make any sense, but it didn't want to make anyone look weak in the matchup. So it kind of figures why.
You made Raquel look weak. She lost to Stephanie on Raw, and now this. Raquel is the one who looks weak.
It should have done it the other way around, where Raquel hits the kick on Liv, and then Liv gets pinned because of Raquel.
Exactly.
Thus, antagonizing their relationship even more.
Exactly. And you saw at the end of the match, Liv was looking at her like frustrated or pissed. Okay, I understand. If you're trying to elevate both storylines, fine. But it should have ended differently. And also, I think if you put in the future Jade Cargill versus Raquel Rodriguez, I think it will be an awesome match.
Yeah, we already got a foundation to build.
Yep, exactly.
We go backstage where we see a depressed Sami Zayn. The guy walks in there right next to him and says, "Oh, cheer up, Sami! You'll do better next time."
And Ray Phoenix all of a sudden.
And then Ray Phoenix, "Come on, man! Don't give up on yourself. Come on, you're a great wrestler. You were a champion. You're gonna win this someday." And then Trick Williams comes in and says, "Come on, give us a break. This guy's a loser, losing 12 times in a row to Drew McIntyre. Come on." And Ray Phoenix is gonna defend Sami's honor next week in a match. So okay, fine. We see Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill arguing, and Nick Aldis announces, okay, that's it. Next week, championship match. Finally, Jade Cargill in her first title defense in 90 days. What happened to that stipulation, which you can't defend in 30? So yeah, Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace for the WWE Women's Championship. This match ought to be on. It should be on fire. Okay, it should be the highlight of the night. This match should be the main event. This match has to deliver.
And on this match, Bianca Belair will return finally.
Nah, I don't think so. We still have to wait on the Elimination Chamber thing, so we don't know who qualifies and stuff like that.
That's the thing. She will make it the comeback. She will declare she will be at the qualifier match. She will go to the chamber, win the chamber, second time in a row.
Hold up. You can declare on qualifying matches now? I'm declaring!
She will declare it. I'm promising she will declare, or somehow Nick Aldis will put her in the match. She will be in the Elimination Chamber. She will win it twice in a row. And then she will face Jade at WrestleMania. Full circle moment. Right. I think that's where it's going. Because we all know Jade will retain next week. Come on.
Maybe. Finally, we get the promo from Drew McIntyre. He's been waiting all show to say this stuff. And I am so satisfied and so happy with this promo because Drew did not take this lying down. The whole banter of Roman and CM Punk trying to diminish him as the WWE champion. And Drew McIntyre's like, listen, are you kidding me? One's a part-timer. The other one hasn't wrestled in 10 years. I went through the epidemic trying to carry this company on my back. And you're trying to tell me that I'm devalued as a champion? Give me a break. This is the championship that the greats have held. Like Bob Backlund and Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart. And
Bruno Sammartino.
And Bruno Sammartino.
And not Dustin Rhodes.
And not Dustin Rhodes.
Not Dustin Rhodes.
Really? So this is the championship, gentlemen, and I'm holding it, and I'm holding it proudly. You have a secondary title at best. So good luck with your secondary title. Well, this will be the main event of WrestleMania. It won't, but at least it'll be a night one. So fine, it's still
9-1.
It's still a very good showing by Drew McIntyre, defending his honor, defending his championship, and trying to probably reconstruct the damage that's been done by CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So yeah,
Great promo.
great promo.
I have nothing else to add.
Okay, next week we get Trick Williams versus Ray. Oh wait, before that's done, Trick Williams walks out, confronts Drew McIntyre, tells him I'm in his lemon something loafers,
His shoes, lemon pepper something.
lemon pepper loafers.
His
Is it like
shoes.
is
Long
it a
story short,
shoe?
his shoes.
Is it a slipper? I have no idea. I
It's
just wear
like a
Nikes.
plain white shoe with a gold tip. That's
All
it.
right. So basically, he says, "Listen, you better watch out because I'm the future, and I will beat you if the opportunity comes." Drew McIntyre tells him, "You better start. You better learn to walk before you run, or I'll kick your ass." So again,
Yeah,
Trick Williams inserted into the main title picture. I'm guessing he qualifies to the Elimination Chamber if he has a qualifying match.
he will be. He will
Um,
have.
and I can just wonder what are his plans for WrestleMania, because I think it has to be a big time match. Maybe Randy Orton, maybe.
I save Carmelo Hayes.
Well,
Stale.
they could if they build it right. So yeah.
Yep.
So next week we get Trick Williams versus Ray Phoenix, who is avenging the press Sami Zayn. We get Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace for the WWE Women's Championship. We get Rio versus Jacklash for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Also, two qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. One for the women's, it's Alexa Bliss versus Zelina versus Julia. And the other one is Cody Rhodes versus Jacob versus Sami Zayn. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow.
What?
Okay. For the women's one is obvious who will qualify. We
Julia.
all know that.
Julia.
No, Alexa.
You want to bet on it?
Let's bet. Come on.
All right. I'll bet you.
It's the
I'll
most
bet you.
obvious qualifies ever. And when it comes to the men's side, it's either okay. I think Cody will qualify eventually. However, if there will be a back and forth with Cody and Jacob, which obviously will happen, it could go to an option that Sammy will exploit the opportunity and qualify himself. But I think if I have to bet, it's Cody Rhodes will qualify.
I actually look at it in a different direction because if I understand the mentality of WWE, because they read the comments, they know exactly what's going on. Here's what I think is going to happen. Cody's going to win next week, but he's going to pin Sammy in doing so. Thus, Sammy goes deeper into his depression, and now the story is that he's also depressed while still being the underdog that never achieved anything, and that's the story they're going to build from now until WrestleMania, where Sammy is in total depression mode and he's trying to get back up because he's a fighter and he's an underdog, and it's stupid, but that's what they're gonna build it. That's what the story they're gonna build.
It's the same storyline for years.
Exactly, because that is a
But
storyline.
different.
Because that's the life story of Sami Zayn. I'm an underdog, and I always be an underdog, even though I was in a main event WrestleMania and won the titles against the longest reigning tag team champions, and I also defeated Gunther for the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign. But he's an underdog. All right, main event time. It's Randy Orton versus Aleister Black versus Solo Sikoa, qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber. Before the match begins, Solo is looking backstage and he can't find his mishpucha. There's nowhere to be found.
He looked only for Tala. I was like, Tala, where are you, Tala?
He was yelling, Tala, Tama, JC, where are you? I haven't seen you all day. So he grabs the lamp, walks into the match, and we get the match: Solo, Aleister, and Randy Orton. Now the match is overall, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The ending was again a missed opportunity because they were still telling the story that it's the Wyatt Six versus the MFTs, and Uncle Howdy just made the MFT disappear. Why not get involved in the match, even in a cameo or hit the lights or something, cause a distraction, and Randy beats Solo. In the scenario that we got, we see Solo standing there. He has the thumb in the air. He's gonna do it. Randy just stands up. Oh, he's behind me. RKO drops him out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay, that makes Solo look like an idiot.
Predictable. It was too predictable match. Since I saw the card and who will be in the match, we knew the answer who it will be. And regarding the Wyatt Six, I have no freaking idea.
Just weird. Yep. But okay. Randy Orton qualifies once again to the Elimination Chamber. This is his 10th. I think it's a new
Yep.
record. I think Jericho was in 9 or something like that.
He's currently at 9, so in this one, it will be 10.
All right.
I think he broke a record.
Unless Jericho comes back and it'll be tied for 10th.
Nah.
All
Itch.
right.
Itch.
Randy Orton qualifies to the Elimination Chamber. We'll have to see who are the other 5 who will also qualify. We'll also have to find out if there will be qualification matches on Monday Night Raw, because I haven't seen anything about that. But I'm guessing there will be. So,
No, Rhea
yeah.
said that she will be in a qualifier match, but she didn't say against who.
Yeah, because they
We
don't know
still
who's
don't know
champion. But
yet.
still, like I said beforehand, I told people that if they're having qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber, it should be from both Raw and SmackDown because it's equal opportunities to get a shot at the World Championship. Doesn't matter which one. So. All right, so let's grade this episode between 1 and 10, and there's even a 0 if it was a complete catastrophe. What did your grade, your score for SmackDown?
Same 7.
I'll give it a 7. A very enjoyable show. a
Monica
very
Geller, 7.
a very enjoyable show. A couple of things that didn't make sense, but it didn't ruin the entire experience of the show itself. We see a little bit of progression when it comes to the world title scene. We see a little bit of a progression when it comes to the Elimination Chamber, where we're expected to get. Also, where the hell is the Wyatt family? Where the hell the Wyatt Six? Kinda
I have
weird.
no idea, man. I have no idea.
And where was Charlotte and Alexa in this episode? We haven't seen them like.
Yeah, I would ask as well. Where were they? I have no idea as well.
Because I thought we were going to address the elephant in the room and the fact that Charlotte eliminated Alexa. Like, no, we're not going to acknowledge that at
I
all.
have no
No.
idea. I have no
Well,
idea.
we'll have to see and wait for next week.
Yep.
All right. So, once again, thank you to Far for joining me on this lovely podcast. And thank you, everyone, for watching and subscribing. And thank you for spreading the news that there's another podcast in the world of wrestling that covers the world of wrestling. And I hope you enjoyed our comments and our reviews. And we'll see you next time.